Hello and welcome. I am Crystal with your friendly neighborhood marketing beaver. And if you're here at this video, it's because you want to be able to create your own posts for your website. Posts meaning like blog pages. And so I will be instructing you on how you can do that. So first you're going to get into your web browser, of course, and then you hit in your domain that you own. But then you also want to do a / and you type wp-admin. And so this will get you into being able to log into your site. So then you put in your username and your password. And then it brings you into what's called the dashboard. So we're here in the dashboard. This is where you can edit all sorts of things about your site. But for this case, we're going to go into posts. And so you can either start over here. So we've got on the side posts. You can go into all posts or go straight into adding a new one. For the sake of this video, I'm going to go ahead and go to all posts so you can see what's already there. So we have a couple already on here just as examples for the site. And so since we want to add a new one, you'll come to either again on the side here, add a new post, or you can just click at the top of all posts and add new. So this brings us into the editor for making a post. And so we've got a place to add a title and to add in content. And there's also all this on the side. So this gear here is the settings. This will allow you to change different things about the page itself, which will be under post, this tab here. And for individual elements on your site as well. So the one next to it is block, but we don't have any blocks right now, so we'll show that later. So we'll start by adding a title. So this one I'm just going to call About Marketing Beaver because I'm from Marketing Beaver, so I might as well talk about this. So that's our title. That's going to be what's the subject, I guess, of our blog post here. And so next thing I want to show you is setting a featured image. On the post tab, here's where I can set a featured image. So I'm going to hit that. And it will come up with your media library, which is where all your images are hosted for your website. If your image is not on the media library, you can always come to upload files, and then you'll be able to hit select files and it'll bring up your computer's files, and then you can find it from there. But mine is actually on the media library already. This is what I'm going to make as my featured image. And I guess I haven't explained yet, but a featured image is basically, as it explains, is the image that features what your blog post is about. It's going to be that main image that people see. And so it is very important that you put one in there so that way people can visually get a start to what your post is about. All right, so now we're going to add in content. You can either just go ahead and type. So here we've got our first paragraph where I'm saying hello. Or there's the, you can always paste in something that you've already typed up in other places. I just collected a statement from Marketing Beaver. So now we've got the title, we've got our featured image in, and we've got some content. You can change what kind of content is in your post. So right now we just have regular text, which is great. Since in here I've got this place where I want people to go to Marketing Beaver, I can put in a link. So you just highlight this spot that you want to be linked, and you hit the link option here. And then you type in whatever site you want it to connect to. So I've got Marketing Beaver, I'm gonna hit that, and you can hover over it to make sure that it's gone to the right place. And here we have it. You can also add more than just text. And so this is where we talk about blocks. So blocks is just essentially how you can build your site with different elements. And so you can either hit in between different blocks to add a new one, or you can hit down here by adding a new one at the bottom. I'm going to hit here and I'm going to choose an image. So we're going to go ahead, and I've already uploaded this again, but you can upload a new one by hitting upload. But I'm going to go ahead and go into the media library and grab the image that I stole from Marketing Beaver's website. And so now we're here, and again on the settings, since I've highlighted this image and I've started working on it, it gives me options of what I want to do with it. Right now it's at 100%. Width, I can always change that as I desire, but for now I'm going to leave it as that, and you can of course explore what other options things give you. As for other blocks, we can hit here and we can choose something that we desire once again. In fact, I'm going to show you a heading. So headings are just easy ways to help people navigate your site, and it can even be easier on people who have to use a screen reader, so that way their screen reader can pick up the different sections and they can jump to different sections if they need. Especially for lengthy posts, you might want to go ahead and do that. So I'm going to say visit us. So this is our heading for this little blurb right here. Okay, but I wanted to show you more than that. Is you can come here and say browse all, and that will pull up all sorts of different blocks here. So if you want to put an audio file, you can drop that in and then connect it with your audio. A gallery shows more than one image. There's all sorts of different things here like video. But for the sake of this video, once again, I will just stick to the basics. But if you want to access all of them easily, just go here into the plus. And also over here, you can see this is the list view, this kind of staggered step. So that way you can see what elements are on your site in a more concise way. All right, so I think we're now at the end of making this post. I'm going to go ahead and hit publish, and that's in the right-hand corner here. I'm going to hit publish, and then this just popped up at the bottom here where it says post publish, and you can view your post. I'm going to go ahead and view post so we can see what that looks like. And great, here we have our page. Here's the featured image. So it doesn't show up on the editor side, but it will show up on your page. And then as we go down, you can see all the other elements that we've added in. And if you want to edit from that point after having published your blog post, like let's say I look at this image, I'm like, oh, that looks a little bit big, I want it smaller. Come into this edit post portion up here. So we're gonna hit that. All right, and so now we can come and click on the block. So this is the image I wanted smaller. And then back to the width down here, I'm gonna choose like 50%. So not only can you change different features about your blocks over here in your settings panel, you can also click on whichever thing you want to edit. For this, it gives paragraph settings, like I can bold this area. And then there's also the settings tab, or I guess options, also settings. You can duplicate it. So now I've got two of the same, and then you can edit whatever you choose to be a little different than the other. Or if you are like, I don't want that block anymore, you can come over here and just hit remove. And again, there's so many different ways to adjust each post, but you honestly can just leave it pretty simple and not even worry about making it very dynamic, I guess. All right, and so now we're gonna update that, and then we can see our changes. I'm gonna hit view post again. Okay, so here we have got our smaller image, and our hello is now bolded. Fancy. All right, and so now if you want to view all your posts together, again, posts being blogs, come into the page that is designated as the blog page. This one's named blog. It's pretty straightforward. All right, and so here's the one that we had just made. So if you see that your post says something along the lines of uncategorized, that's just, it's kind of funny. It's a type of category that WordPress has set up. So for each blog post, you can put it into a category, and I'll show you that in just a second. Each category can help people to navigate your posts better and figure out what kind of subjects that they might fall under. So speaking of which, I'm going to go ahead and go into our posts, and we're going to look at all the posts now. Here we are with all of our posts. If you hover over each post, it'll give you options as to what you can do with it. So I'm going to start backwards here. I'm going to have view. So view will just take you, as I just clicked, to the post page itself. So this is, again, what online users will see when they look at your post. Going back, we have trash. So trash means, like, you would assume that it gets rid of the post, but there is still a tab here in case you accidentally trash your post. You can come here, and then you can find what has been there previously, and you can either restore or delete those permanently. But I'm going to come back over here to all of our set up posts. Here's the last two. We have edit and quick edit. Edit is where we were editing the content of the page between like the text and the images and stuff. So we've been in there. Quick edit is a little different. It's basically just information about the page, so that way WordPress knows what to do with it. There are 3 specific things here that I want to point out to you. Starting with categories, which I had already mentioned before. So we have here for this post that we had just made, it's under the uncategorized category. If you don't want it to say that, unclick that and then hit the check for whichever you want to put under and put it under, or none at all. I'm putting under Marketing Beaver because that's our current tab. I'm gonna hit update on that. So now we're gonna come over here to our blog page, and I haven't refreshed it yet. So right now it still says uncategorized. I'm gonna refresh it. And now it says Marketing Beaver, so that indicates to people what kind of subject to expect there. So, second thing I want to show you for a quick edit is, I guess, coming back over here. Let's say you look at your blogs and you're like, okay, well, I would really prefer it if this one was our first blog that people see, and so that way they're more inclined to see it, of course, see it first and then read it. You can make it sticky. So coming over here, so I gotta actually cancel this because that's not the right blog. Here's the blog that I just decided that is going to be the focused blog. So if you hit quick edit, we have here make this post sticky. That will put it first. And so you hit that, then you hit update. And we're gonna come back over here, and without refreshing, here's the current layout, and since I just made it sticky, I'm gonna refresh it. And ta-da! Now that one's the first one. So that's a neat little way to be able to organize your blog posts according to importance. Final thing I want to show you with the quick edit, I'll do it with this one, is if you're like, okay, we've got this Marketing Beaver post and we don't necessarily want it on our site. So you can either trash it like I showed you previously, or you can come over here to the status of this post. So right now it's published, which means people can see it online and it's available for people to view. If I decided to change that, I can hit draft. So I'm gonna hit draft, I'm gonna hit update. So it'll tell you which ones are in draft form. So this means now that you're working on a post, but it's not ready to be up yet. So you can keep your posts in draft form if you need. And back to the sticky, it will also tell you which ones are in sticky mode. Well, I believe that's it for our time here as we go over the blogs. If you have any other questions, please reach out to us. We're happy to help. Thanks for listening, and we'll catch you later.